This is the video on myelin repair. Myelin is produced by the oligodendrocytes of the CNS and Schwann cells in the PNS. These cells wrap around the axon of a neuron and insulate it much like an insulated wire. This helps with speed of transduction and prevents crosstalk between axons. This myelin can be injured or lost in certain disease states, such as inflammatory and demyelinating states. When myelin is lost, the signal from that neuron can be slowed, impaired, or lost. Over time, the axon and the neuron will deteriorate. In the peripheral nervous system, when a nerve is injured, the distal end, which is from the injury to the terminal, will break down in Wallerian degeneration. The myelin sheath becomes disrupted also. About 1 month after injury, the axon sprouts a growth cone and starts to move toward its target. The Schwann cells start to proliferate, helping to guide the axon to the target. Growth cone fibers that go off track will disintegrate. Eventually, the myelin and axon can reinnervate the muscle cell and restore function. Sometimes the growth cone from the stump of the injured nerve becomes tangled up in scar tissue and is blocked from moving toward the target muscle. If this happens, the tangle may form a spherical bulb at the end of the stump known as a neuroma. These can be very painful and may need to be surgically removed. Repair of myelin in the central nervous system is somewhat more difficult. If this is due to a disease process, the disease must be counteracted first before the axons can heal. In demyelinating diseases, the myelin in the central nervous system starts to break down, affecting the neuron's ability to send its signal. The location in the brain where this is happening will depend on the symptoms this process presents. Symptoms can include numbness, weakness, shock-like sensations, tremor, loss of vision, slurred speech, fatigue, and dizziness, among others. Treatment during an acute attack is typically administration of high-dose steroids. This helps in the short term, but it is not a cure. These diseases can present with a long history of exacerbations and remissions. The earliest record of demyelinating disease is from 1200 in a woman in Iceland, and again in 1380 with a Dutch nun. This led to the belief of a Viking gene for multiple sclerosis. Many documented cases in the 17 and 1800s in Europe refuted the Viking origin of the disease. Although these demyelinating diseases have been around for over 800 years, there is still no treatment that works well for overcoming the disease. This ends the video on myelin repair.